Hi, I'm Carl from Abt, and in this video I'm going to be giving you a closer look at the Sonos Era 300. I'll be going over the specs and features, as well as some different ways you can incorporate this speaker into your home, so stick around. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe so you can stay up to date on all of our latest products here at Abt. The Era 300 is one of the newest speaker models from Sonos and one of the most unique looking as well. It's the first mid-sized speaker they've had since the Play 3, which hasn't been available for almost 5 years now, and it's a step up in just about every aspect. But I'll address the looks first. This really doesn't look like any other speaker on the market, for better or for worse. It's oval-ish and tapers down into the middle. Most of the touch controls are located on the top, and those include play, pause, skip and replay. There's a volume trough that you can slide your finger across to raise and lower the volume slowly, or you can long press on the plus or minus icons to raise and lower it more quickly. And above that is a chat bubble that you can touch to disable the voice assistants, which I'll talk about in a little bit. Then on the back is a USB-C line input that you can use with an optional adapter to plug in an audio source like a CD player or a turntable with a built-in preamp, or if you go with their combo adapter, you can also hardwire this into your network since the speaker itself doesn't have an Ethernet jack. Finally, you've got a toggle switch to turn off the built-in microphones completely for added security, and a Bluetooth pairing button that can be used to wirelessly connect another source, which is another big update this has over the Play 3. Keep in mind though, you can't use the Bluetooth feature until you have the speaker set up on a Sonos system. Going back to those voice assistants, the Era 300 works with Sonos' own proprietary system and Amazon Alexa, which you can use at the same time or choose from one or the other. They each have their own benefits. The Sonos Assistant is great at looking up music, grouping speakers together, and basically handling anything that the touch controls on the top can do. And as far as privacy goes, it's super safe. Nothing in the Sonos system goes to the cloud through the Sonos Assistant. It's all processed locally. The Alexa portion works just like a normal Alexa speaker. You can ask it to look up a recipe, tell you the weather, or even operate other compatible smart devices throughout your home. The Era 300 is not compatible with Google Assistant, though, like some other Sonos models, but it can be controlled by other Sonos speakers that do have Google Assistant built in, like the Roam or the Move. Moving on, let's talk about the sound, and I think people are going to be very happy with this one. Inside the Era 300 are 4 tweeters and 2 woofers, all driven by 6 Class D amplifiers, which is double the total number of drivers and amps that were in the Play 3. And they're arranged so that you get a much wider sound stage. There's 1 tweeter at the top firing upwards, there's 1 on each side pointing outwards, and a single one in the middle facing forward. The woofers are located on each side as well and produce enough bass that you really can get away with not adding a separate Sonos sub if you want to keep the cost down initially, although the sub does sound incredible with these. It's hard to describe exactly how it all comes together, but it works really well. Based on the looks, you feel like the bulk of the sound should be coming right at you from the front, but there's only the 1 tweeter that's facing directly at you. The sound comes from everywhere, which gives you a really great sense of space. If you close your eyes and listen, you really can picture where all the musicians are on the stage. And that's just with your standard music. For some truly amazing sound, these are also compatible with spatial audio through Dolby Atmos. That takes these to an entirely different level. As of the filming of this video, it's only available on Sonos through Amazon Music, but we may see more services for that feature added in the future. But before you get too far, you'll also want to take advantage of one of Sonos's best features, TruePlay tuning. And that's another area that gets an update. Traditionally, to use this feature, you needed an Apple device like an iPhone or an iPad. Android users were out of luck, but that's all changed on the Era 300. It still works with Apple the same way it always has. You start the program, it plays a bunch of tones while you walk around the room, and then it's optimized. But now you can use it with Android. It's the same process initially, but when it's done, you'll have 3 different calibrations to choose from to account for variances in the different microphones used in Android devices. It's great to see they've come up with a way to use TruePlay on both, since it really does help in making these speakers sound a lot better. Another great thing about the Era 300 is its flexibility. You can put one in an office or a bedroom. You can pair them up for an amazing stereo experience. You can use them as rear channels in an Atmos surround system with the Beam Gen 2 or the Arc, or you can put one in the kitchen and ask Alexa to help you find a recipe while you're playing some background music. But is it worth upgrading your Play 3s to the Era 300s? Yes, definitely. But what if you're deciding between this and the Sonos 5? Well, the Sonos 5 is still the better speaker for high fidelity listening, and it produces more bass without having to add a separate sub. However, it's missing the ability to play Dolby Atmos content. So in a home theater setting, assuming you have the Arc or the Beam Gen 2, you'd really want to go with the Era 300s. Or if you like the idea of listening to music that uses spatial audio, the 300s would also be the way to go. Overall, these are extremely impressive speakers. They're more of an investment than a typical Bluetooth speaker, but well worth it. The app is simple to use, they're easy to set up, they look good, and most importantly, they sound amazing. So if you're looking to get into the Sonos speaker ecosystem and you want to experience some of their best speaker tech, the Era 300 is a speaker you'll definitely want to check out. If you live in the Chicagoland area, stop by Abt and hear them in person. If you don't, be sure to contact our experts for more information. We're always happy to help. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.